how many examples do Trump supporters need for us to prove to them that this man has not thought out a single policy idea, whether it's foreign policy, student loan debt, the issue of abortion? He hasn't thought anything through. Yeah. Nothing. Has no idea what he would.
He's almost 70. He doesn't have any opinions about this stuff.
Never.
Are you going to fight for equality for transgender individuals? Courts, courts, whatever the courts say. If the courts say that they have no rights, okay, no rights. If they say that they should have every right, every right. I'm only 68 years old. I haven't had enough time to develop values. I can't look at a group of people and say whether or not they're actually human. I'm only almost 70. Maybe by my 90s, I'll have opinions about someone's inherent dignity.
So I'm going to make the mistake that all the mainstream journalists have been making for months and months, that I think Trump really screwed himself with that abortion thing, putting women in jail. Obviously, he's not going to. His poll numbers might go up.
Thank you.
His poll numbers amongst women are very low. He does really badly amongst women.
Better.
They did used to be better. They're getting worse and worse.
That's what he
That's going to hurt him. And look, he can win a primary without having a significant number of women voters. In the general election, he could be fucked just because of that.
I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, I certainly hope so.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not an inconsequential thing to do poorly amongst women. There are more women in the country than men, and women vote at higher rates than men. And they don't like to hear talk like that. Men don't either, thankfully, but women especially don't.
There's definitely some credibility to what you're saying, because during the last general election, the Republican Party fought hard to, roll back reproductive rights. And that's why Democrats coined that phrase, war on women. And of course, Republicans fought back by saying, oh, no, it's just made up. It's a myth. As they were drafting legislation to take away, health insurance coverage of contraception, having 72-hour wait periods if you want to get an abortion, just all these insane draconian laws related to reproductive rights. And so it worked against the Republican Party. It certainly worked against some of the Republican candidates during the primaries. It worked against Mitt Romney, although he didn't focus too much of his campaign on that. The Republican Party looked really bad, and then they kind of moved away from it a little bit, and now they're getting back to the issue of abortion. And I hope it does hurt him. But on the other hand, I feel tempted to agree with Jimmy, because it feels like Trump can do and say anything he wants, and somehow he succeeds. He's the party favorite.
Yeah. Well, and look, I realize that Cenk never liked this argument, but I think it makes more and more sense the farther we go into it. Like, he's winning, sort of. He's beating Ted Cruz, but he still can't put it away. Like, we have to understand that he's doing okay. His approval rating, his favorability amongst the general population is at like 31%.
Yeah.
And that is significantly lower than it was just a couple of months ago. Like, we can't be fooled by him beating Ted Cruz, who shouldn't even be a good candidate, and say that he's doing well. He's doing worse and worse amongst the regular people. And look, it would be great if there was something he could say that would make Trump supporters second guess him. There might not be. But I don't really care about whether his 25% of the country still loves him. He has to win over new people, and this is not the way that you do it.